I think the big thing is just re-looking at the sponsorship side of things and just knowing there's tools out there that take the legwork out of the small sponsorship stuff. So the big thing, obviously, with the little $500 ones, I found it was a lot of work for little to no reward. So to know there's stuff out there that means that we can create obviously with a database and everything like that, all of a sudden those little ones are a main source of revenue or huge top-ups.
How underutilized the membership part of it is, we haven't really taken that. So if we get that network set up and we can set up an easy way to pay for it, I reckon we'd have a fair bit of success.
Getting the management structure of the club right is the biggest takeout I've got. And also, obviously, the revenue streams that we could look at to have that structure right, so the load is shared and people have responsibilities that they're aware of and the backing to do it, I think.
Obviously I had no idea about the opportunities for the revenue, so that was just nice new knowledge, and plenty of things we can look into there. But yeah, Clive's, there's restructuring and sharing that load and having some accountability, but knowing your responsibility and description as well.
I think the big one was using like technology to make revenue and using like certain programs. Like I think most of the things you've touched on, we've all had the ideas of, but it ends up being, because we don't know which program, like computer programs or apps or whatever to use. Yeah, touching on things like that Australian Sports Foundation, I think that, and membership as well, just adds that extra dimension that we haven't sort of touched on.
Mine was pretty similar as Frank's as well, just with the technology, how these particular programs can actually make things a lot easier for people than just having a greater idea of all the different types of ways that we can get more money through those apps and different membership ideas and fundraising ideas that, I think will be really helpful.
There's online resources to create that revenue and build that revenue, and how easy it is and accessible it can be for everyone around Australia, I guess, because we come from everywhere around Australia. So why don't tap into everyone and everyone we know, and then just the memberships. As I know, I'm from Victoria, and you see the success in membership in clubs 100%. In Victoria. So I know coming up here, didn't quite understand why we didn't do it. So it's great for us to leap into that, I believe.
Kind of just wrapped everything up in one, which is making life a lot easier, and hopefully going to help me a lot with accounting. The other one was committee structure. There were a couple of roles. I think we've just restructured our committee in a similar format. So I think we've done a really good job there of getting ahead of this, thanks to Spencer's leadership. But I think there's a couple of roles that you had in yours that I think we could look at adding to ours, such as like a revenue manager. I think that's a good opportunity, and something that we could look to utilize and benefit from.
It just narrows the focus a bit, because I think particularly for nights like tonight, you hear and see so many new things and you want to just, let's just do that. If we can just keep it a bit more simplified, then the chances of doing what we're doing, we can do that well. Yeah. And that's what I sort of, plan on, just a one-page document. It's not flipping through things to try and, what was it we were trying to do? And that's the thing we've got to be careful of, that we don't try and feel as though we can do too much too soon and not do the things that we need to do really well. So, that's sort of my sort of take on it.